Aloha Harvest has done a lot of good things to us in St. George Church. And the participation that they have done is incredible things that I can see. Things that you cannot even put in words.
Well, before Aloha Harvest, we had been working with the food bank, as well as a few other individual community organizations who are picking up some of the shelf-stable items. But the thing that Aloha Harvest really brought to the table was being able to take those items that are left over from the hot bar at the end of the day that other organizations can't necessarily take.
I use that food to help them to process, to be able to open up, to be able to share what they're going through, and that's how we can turn around and help these kids. If everybody operated like Aloha Harvest, this island would be in such a better place.
My name is Ku'ule Williams. I'm the Executive Director of Aloha Harvest. Aloha Harvest is a nonprofit organization that rescues quality excess food from hotels, restaurants, catered events, food distributors, and we deliver that food free of charge to social service agencies feeding the hungry and homeless. When I first started and came to Hawaii, it was not uncommon to see people digging through the trash and looking for a meal. Because of our mission of wanting to rescue food and help feed, and through the help of these other agencies, we are able to get food to these people so they have a place that they can, whether it's a bag of groceries or it's a hot meal, or maybe it's just a prepared meal that's real simple like a sandwich. There are means through organizations that they can go and get this now, and we try to get them to, instead of throwing the food that is perfectly good for human consumption, it goes straight from their refrigeration to our refrigerator truck. So the same day that we're picking the food up, the same day that the people are getting the food in our community to meet their needs. Fortunately, right now, Aloha Harvest is totally funded through private sector, and I write grants to provide the operating and the program costs. However, with federal and state cuts and everything, a lot of the agencies have to cut their programs. A lot of them are turning to private sectors, and so the grants that we wrote that we used to get larger amounts of money, now we're getting smaller amounts of money, and all of us are having to write more grants or find more creative ways of how we can provide funding to keep our operation going so that we can continue to do the service and the work that we do for the community. We do cover the whole island of Oahu, so their day starts at 5:30 in the morning. They have regular routes that they pick up from food donors, and we try to set up our routes in a very efficient manner that as they pick up food, they're dropping it off at agencies as well. We also have call-ins that come into the office, and it could be 2 calls a day, it could be 13 calls in one day. And so we dispatch out to the drivers that we have these additional pickups, and the drivers have to adjust their schedule based on the location of where the call is coming from. Because we pick up perishable food and non-perishable food as well as beverages, we're able to fulfill quite a variety of agencies and their needs because some are live-in shelters, some are transitional homes, some are a youth program or elderly program, domestic abuse shelters, feedings on the beach and in the park, large gatherings where they're there for groceries and wanting an extra bag of groceries. So because there's such a variety of agencies that we serve and their clientele that they're serving, and our food has grown, and which we're very thankful for. And so we're able to meet the needs of quite a few of our agencies and the different programs and the different days that they deliver the food to the people as well.
So what I'm trying to do is get nonprofit organization people around in Waimanalo that needs help. Then I always tell them to make sure you contact Aloha Harvest. They're one of the toughest and a top category that you need for help.
Aloha Harvest was started in November of 1999, and that first year they were able to pick up about 216,000 pounds, which was really great at that time for a new program just starting. By 2003, they had actually reached the first million pounds that had been rescued at that time. And they were able to have a celebration recognizing that milestone. Along with 2013, our milestone there, for that calendar 1 year, we went over our 2 million mark for 1 year alone, bringing it to the 11 million. And so we're still on that same pace. So looking at this year, it looks like we're going to go over 2 million again. So someday I hope that, we're out of a job and we've solved the hunger and the homeless issue, but right now we're really living it and having to meet that need and helping so many people out there.
And it's rare that I do a tour when somebody doesn't ask what happens to all this food at the end of the night. And I feel so proud, personally, being able to give them an answer that I'm personally proud of, that the leftover food is going to people who need it.
I just want to thank everyone who works for Aloha Harvest and thank all the drivers for all the goodness that they're been delivering, and their personality is terrific.
Well, they come in, they're so positive. They're always, encouraging the kids, and we love that. We love that. So we are very fortunate and honored and privileged to be to share that opportunity and become partners with Aloha Harvest.
They say, "Aunties, thank you so much for the food." I say, "You thank the Lord and you thank Aloha Harvest."